Welcome to PlayStation Corner, my name is Alex. Today I'm back with another batch of PSN deals for you all covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. Now I have 10 games to get through, but if you enjoy this video, consider subscribing. We are pushing for 15,000 subscribers and each one of you helps us out a huge amount. I also have a $10 PSN gift card winner to announce later in the video and one more to give away. To enter, drop a comment down below and that winner will be announced in next week's video. We're kicking things off with Persona 5 Strikers. This is a returning sale with 70% off, and I will point out this was free at one point with PS Plus, but I missed it back then. I had to pay for it, and I did not regret the purchase. It is a combination of Persona 5 with the Dynasty Warriors formula, meaning battling tons of enemies at once in real-time combat, but where they got this one so right was the combination of elements. Basically, it's still rich in story with near constant dialogue. The combat's not constant, rather, it acts like an RPG. If you connect with enemies in a dungeon, then you get thrown into an arena, and visually, I do think the game is stunning. The story, we are once again prime suspects in weirdness happening around Tokyo, and we must infiltrate what are called jails in this one and take down different enemies. We're also simply trying to enjoy our summer vacation. Star Trek Resurgence is a recent release, but it gets 25% off a new low price, and I need to get some dedicated coverage out there as I was really impressed with this game. It's a new story set in the era shortly after the events of the next generation, and if I had to make a comparison, it's an interactive and narrative adventure like what you would see from Telltale games, though more free movement, and really there's an opportunity here to use some of the gadgets we know and love from the show. There's also a few action encounters and even a chance to pilot. I think you need to come to this one here for the story, but I do think fans of Star Trek will be impressed, and I personally like the cast a lot. The Callisto Protocol got a lot of hate at launch, and many of the complaints, they were more than justified. The combat system definitely lacked any need for skill and rarely worked against multiple enemies. Then it was just a little glitchy, and some of the designs, even such as boss encounters, they just felt off. This said though, I still had fun with this game, and now we're starting to hit a price where I do think many will be willing to take a gamble on it. I also reviewed it over on Xbox Corner, so I will be linking that down below for you all, but I'd genuinely like to see this maybe get a follow-up of some sort. There's definitely a basis here for something that could be a heavy hitter if it is worked on and tweaked. Martha is Dead is also a horror-infused experience, but this one is of the constant sense of dread style. It's set during the war, your sister is murdered, and now we go on a strange exploration of survival and trauma, and it's all set in 1944, and you can expect some really dark scenes here if you do go in, as it plays into the psychological. They put a big old warning on the PSN store page, understandably so, but unfortunately they did censor a scene for the PlayStation release. Now it's only a few seconds long, but still disappointing. You can, however, check out my full review in the pinned comment, and it's 45% off a new low price. Art of Rally then is a top-down racer that I was really impressed with. They describe it as a bit more of a relaxed experience. I'd argue that is potentially the case once you do get used to these controls and you really kind of start to see these cars flow around each environment. Really good fun though, love the minimalistic visual style as well. And then there's a decent amount of content here, 72 stages, cars from the 60s through to the 80s, different groups and even leaderboards. If you like photo modes as well, the style alone here makes it a winner. Now right now it's 40% off and that matches the low price. Trinity Trigger is an action RPG heavily influenced by Chrono Cross, so if that is your thing, this may well be worth your time. And the idea here is we meet these animals that can transform into a variety of weapons, and now we set out to save the world from warring gods. The story is decent, I enjoyed the world, but the combat and I guess some of the mechanics regarding to RPG can be a little shallow. This is, however, a great option if you want something bite-sized for the genre, as I know many can take a huge number of hours, and this one you should actually wrap it up in right around 10 to 12 hours, so it's shorter than I anticipated, but I actually ended up appreciating that. 40% off here is a new low price. Desperados III is here with 70% off, and if you like games like Commandos, think stealth strategy, then this is going to be the game for you. Now it acts as a sequel to previous releases, and it sees us taking on the role of John Cooper and company on a mission for redemption. The gameplay is incredibly well done, and controls it does feel perfect, the visuals are stunning, and they even just released a new game that got it top of mind. That game is called Shadow Gambit, similar gameplay idea, but it comes highly recommended from me. It's a game of ghost pirates, but yeah, really good stuff. I actually consider now the team behind this the very best at what they do, and it's really exciting to see them finally release an original IP. Check this out, see if it's going to be for you, and then maybe move there next. They also made a game called Shadow Tactics, also going to be worth your time. TMNT, the Cowabunga collection, gets 40% off a new at low price. I think this is going to be an extremely popular pickup this week. It is a bundle of 13 incredible games with everything from brawlers to fighters, and it's got games that were exclusive to arcade, the NES, the Mega Drive or Genesis, Game Boy, and many others. You cannot go wrong with this collection. Some personal favorites include Tournament Fighters, Turtles in Time, and then of course the arcade releases as well. So yeah, if you're like me, if you're a fan, buy this. There's just a huge amount to keep you busy. F1 23 is our penultimate game then, and this is by far my favourite racing series out there. It's here with 40% off as well. That is a new at low price. Now, like any yearly installment, I wouldn't call it a game-changing update, but the tweaks are appreciated. I think the handling is better than ever, the visuals are stunning, and I really like the opponent AI this year around. Also, the car weight, in my opinion, here is spot on, or at least that's really what I personally like about it. I was also happy to see the return of story mode. It's incredibly cheesy and family friendly, but you know what? I like these characters. It's something a little different, and they're not rushing, you know, they're adding it in every 2 years, and you can kind of feel that in the production quality. It also acts as a great introduction to the sport for those that may be new, and yeah, I'd suggest if you are interested as well, maybe go watch Drive to Survive on Netflix. Incredible stuff, and it gives you a real picture. Our winner of the week then, it's going to Rex, who highlighted Steel Rising and the fact it's 50% Souls-like, 50% narrative adventure. Now, I picked that up myself. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. Congrats to Rex, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop a comment down below for your chance in next week's video. Wolong Fallen Dynasty is not only our final game of the video, it's also my personal pickup of the week, meaning it is not a recommendation. Rather, maybe you'll want to join me for the ride, but this seems like a pretty safe bet. You know, it's Team Ninja. They nearly always deliver quality. This one, though, it's an action RPG with a Souls-like formula, but my understanding is it is a little bit more accessible than most out there. The game is set during the later Han Dynasty in China, a period marked by chaos, destruction, and the impending downfall of a once prosperous dynasty. The narrative, it revolves around a nameless soldier navigating a twisted version of this dynasty. So basically, in this alternate reality, the three kingdoms, they are infested with demons, and players, they are tasked with battling both of these supernatural creatures and the hostile soldiers. Combat in the game is going to be heavily influenced then by Chinese martial arts, with players using swords and other weapons to fend off enemies, and as the story progresses, players, they must tap into a hidden power within themselves to face the increasing challenges. Obviously, that's the PSN store. Description, how much of that it delivers on, we will see, but from what I'm hearing, this got some rave reviews at launch. I'm really excited to check it out. And that is the video down. Will you be adding anything to the library? Let me know in the comments with that. Hit subscribe, join us here for reviews, deals, news and lists weekly, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.